it's exciting in the sense that it is moving the discourse on transitional justice to another level.
It's not the case that in all African situations they resisted formal justice. You'll find that there have been prosecutions associated with conflicts across the continent. So the discourse that somehow African responses exclude formal criminal justice is simply not true to the historical record.
The success of the ICC would be in it not having any work because the local courts have done their work. Then you can say this ICC has been very successful.
From a gender lens, we have to examine what exactly is a transition. When does a transition occur? Is it when the guns go silent, when the conflict ends? As we all know, from a gender perspective, when violence ends in the public sphere, it moves to the private sphere. And quite often this is as a result of the distortion of the gender roles during the period of conflict. So when transitional justice is to address this, it has to look beyond the violations. It has to look at the root causes. They also have to examine the impacts, the continuing consequences.
By turning transitional justice into an abbreviation, into TJ, a two-letter acronym, the TJ industry has managed to erase many meanings and possibilities that are inherent in the words transitional and justice. And instead of this multiplicity of interpretations and meanings, we have a buzzword, TJ, whose meaning is entirely under the control of the industry that invented it, promotes it, creates journals around it, things like that.
Transitional justice is largely a political project. If we decide to be serious, we can do something in regard to the injustices of the past.
As long as those that violated do not pay for it, and the General Santo Tom or Cousin One pays for it, then there is one problem. You can do it again.
We have more women taking on greater roles in the public sphere as breadwinners. This, of course, is a gain for women. But we also have to be mindful that as power is threatened, they retaliate.
As China and the East replace the West in Africa, will things get better or worse?
Only if we are requested by civil society, by political parties, by the government, by influential people to do something, we could do something, but we are not. No one is requesting us to do this.
Unless there is serious focus on distributive justice, by which there is equitable distribution of the country's resources or equitable access to these resources to address the structural and systemic imbalances and discrimination and inequalities in the distribution of resources, which are invariably the underlying causes of conflict, the countries endowed with these riches are sitting on a time bomb.